This is Anderson Penn's podcast, episode 120 for Tuesday, September 9th, 2014. This is Brian.
This is Lisa.
This is the Anderson Penn's Radio Network.
Radio what?
Network.
All right, just kind of blanked out there for me.
No.
Just saying. I'm still going on. I'm still stuck on the chat stuff. So.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. So anyway.
You're supposed to say something after I say network. Network.
You know, it's not the same when I say it. I want Hugh to do some kind of intro where if you can think it up, we're going to talk about it. Because that was just awesome. We need like Hugh and Eric Schneider to do these intros because that would be awesome.
Eric does the intro and then he was the guest. How's that sound?
And then down the road, they can switch. They both do awesome intros.
No, we need to have you on again.
Yeah. Hugh, what are you doing? We'll schedule it. That would be fun.
I'll send him a link right now. He can pop on.
Can you imagine? He'd like run downstairs. Hey, now at least we can picture it.
We can, yep.
Which is cool. So. Anyway, welcome, guys. I cannot believe 120 episodes. That's crazy.
He's ready.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it is. That's
a lot of talking.
That's like 2 times 60.
Oh, hey, you went to business school for that kind of math, didn't you?
I know, right? What are we going to talk about tonight?
You know, I thought we'd talk about invisible pens.
Invisible pens?
All right, well, see-through pens.
Invisible pens, are those the ones that I get every week? The ones you can't see?
Oh, nice. No,
yes.
I don't think so. No, you don't get pens every week.
Well, you don't see them.
Although you got a pen this week and I didn't get a pen.
Well, that's not my fault.
I know.
I didn't orchestrate that. I fully intended that you were going to get a pen.
I know. Trying to get comfy here. I just haven't chosen my nib yet. I'm waiting for the medium fine to come in.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Don't.
I know.
Don't jump.
Anyway, what else is going on for you? I thought we'd talk about demonstrator pens, clear pens, see-through pens, pens with cutaways, and all sorts of funky, cool stuff. So.
Cool. Well,
right.
I guess demonstrators are originally designed, I guess, to see the inner workings of the pen to make sure the pen is working as designed. And the demonstrator that we have today is not the demonstrator that we used to have.
Correct.
Does that make sense? Okay. So I have a couple of examples that are very near and dear to my heart. Sorry, Wayne. This one here is the most spectacular of all of them. And this one we've showed before. This is the Estabrook dollar pen demonstrator. There are only,
hard to find.
Yeah, there are only, well, supposedly there are only 4 of these known to exist. At one point, at one point we had 2.
Braggart.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you have something like this, you should. But the idea here is you can see the inner workings. You can see the inner J-bar. You can see the lever ring. There's a clear inner cap. You can see the nib and how the section seats up against the inner cap and how that seals all the threads. You can see the end of the section there. Really, really a fantastic piece. And sometimes these were used by salesmen to show, for example, a new filling system. Well, here's how it works. Snorkel being the perfect example of that. Snorkel demonstrators. This one I suspect was not the case. This one I suspect was an internal development piece. Very early production, 1934, somewhere around there.
I just think it's important that people realize that the demonstrator, while it's certainly common today, almost every line has a demonstrator pen, it's not a new concept. It's not solely a modern concept. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. So that's 1934, and actually, the style. Obviously, these are plastic. Here's another one. This is the standard Esterbrook J double jewel demonstrator. Same idea, except this one has a black inner cap and actually has a sack in it. But typical to these demonstrators, it's hard to see. They craze really easily. The inside is really rough. Sometimes they can break. This one actually has a crack in the barrel threads, but very, very rare. And this one actually accompanies the matching demonstrator pencil.
That's cool.
Which is actually cool because this one's a little more interesting than the pen, I think, because you see fountain pens all day long. You see the spring, and these are cap actuated. You can see the eraser, and you can see this one doesn't work, but plastic has shrunk over time, but you can see the spring there when you move it. And just to complete the set, this one's maybe the coolest of them all, the matching demonstrator ballpoint. And you can see how everything's lined up. There's a spring in the cap, how the pieces fit in here, and someone in the chat might find this very interesting. So, yeah, these are shop. Sometimes they can be shop made. Sometimes they're made for purposes of demonstrating to customers. Sometimes they made them in half demonstrators. Black cap.
Is not my favorite look. I will have to say.
No, but what's interesting, what's unusual about this particular pen here is this is an SJ size, and an SJ demonstrator is exceptionally rare. This one actually has a black section, nice nib, and it does have a sack. So.
Well, that part of it's cool.
What else do we have? I got some other cool stuff. The original Scribe ballpoint demonstrator.
That's cool.
And then I have another one that was actually never ever put into production with an alternative clip.
Ooh.
So these are all clear. You can see the
cataloged.
Yeah, it's uncataloged. You can see the refill in there. I don't know if this one works. Usually they don't work. And before plastic, of course, then they didn't have that, so they did their demonstrators a little differently. They did what we call like a porthole demonstrator. This is a plastic. In the English Esterbrook's, they made porthole demonstrators, and you can see there's a hole in the cap, there's a hole in the barrel, so you can see the tray and the sack and how the section comes up to the inner cap. But you find this with hard rubber pens. You can find cutaways. Jade Schaeffer's have portholes. Lots of pens with porthole demonstrators. It's very, well, I would say very common, but it's.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Now here's a trick question for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna show a pen, and you're gonna tell me whether this is a demonstrator or not.
No, you're not. Put it back.
It's the Esterbrook CX100.
Well, take a poll. See what the chat says. All right, chat.
The CX100, it's a cartridge pen. You can see the cartridge. Real inexpensive. It's got a black section, your standard Esterbrook nib. And it fits the standard cartridge. You can see how the cartridge fits in there. Is this a demonstrator by the traditional sense? I know what the answer is.
All right, what's the chat say?
Chat's not caught up yet. They don't know.
I know. All right, so what's the answer?
The answer is no.
Why?
Because this was actually a standard model.
Okay.
Just like Schaefer had their school pens with chrome caps and clear barrels, and actually they had them in different colors, green and red and blue. this is a standard model. It's not demonstrated. It's not designed. It wasn't designed for the sole purpose of demonstrating the function of the pen, but it's a demonstrator in the modern sense of the word.
Correct. Correct. We've modernized or not necessarily bastardized the meaning, but we've changed the meaning so that any clear pen is now a demonstrator.
Right.
So,
right.
For example, you've got like the Kaweco, the Classic Sport, comes in a clear plastic.
Cool.
I know. It's kind of fun. Conklin, switching to a totally different thing. The Crescent is
Now
clear.
that is a cool, hold that up there for a second. That is
Right.
a cool demonstrator.
Who's waiting when we need him?
Silicone sac. It's got the original Conklin mechanism. That's a cool pen.
Yep. Let's see. We've got the TWSBI. Most people are familiar with the TWSBI.
Practically every TWSBI is
Yep.
a transparent barrel.
So, that way you can see how much ink you've got. You can see how the inner workings function, and that's pretty cool. Now this one, the Wall Eversharp Skyline,
Oh yeah.
is kind of fun.
Yep. That's nice. That's so you can see the piston converter in there.
Mm-hmm.
The end unscrews. Yep.
So that's pretty cool. What else do I have over here? I've got a Pilot Prera. And while I like the concept of knowing how much ink I have, like, for example, I need to fill my Prera. It's your Prera, actually.
It's my prayer. Yeah.
You need to fill your Prera. But it's honestly not my favorite look. I don't necessarily need to see from the outside of the pen how much ink I have. I don't have a problem. Like here you've got the Monteverdi Artista Crystal.
This comes in a number of colors too. That are some are more transparent than others.
Which is kind of cool, but I don't have a problem unscrewing the barrel to see how much ink I have left in the converter. I don't necessarily want to see all the pieces. Now, some people are fascinated by how the pens work, and they like to see that, and that's why you've got options. So.
Okay, I got another quiz for you.
I don't do quizzes at night.
I know you don't.
I give quizzes.
Let's see if anybody can guess this. I have in front of me a Esterbrook desk pen. Black barrel, standard clear taper. Demonstrator or no? Let's see if anybody can get this one. Of course, it's pretty obvious. While we're waiting for that, what are some other? Let's see. There's some other modern demonstrators. Pilot Custom 74.
Mm-hmm. Almost every line has.
Sailor has got a Pro Gear crystal.
They do.
Platinum
almost
has some. Yeah, I mean it's the big thing, right?
Pen line. Yep.
What would you say the last? Lamy Vista. That's the other one I was thinking of. What in the last 10 years, that's really been the thing, right? You're not a pen company until you have a crystal pen. All right, so the overwhelming majority says that this pen here is not a demonstrator. The answer is this is in fact 150% a demonstrator pen because, well, not only does it say on the barrel Esterbrook Renew Point demonstrator, there is no filling mechanism for the pen. There's no hole cut in the barrel for a lever, and this pen actually has a very special section that has a little metal flange on the inside of the section, so you can easily change. Just slip in. You don't have to thread your renew point. So there was a special display for this, so you could try out all the new points in this pen before you put it into the pen that you wanted to buy. Because Esterbrook's selling philosophy was sell the point first. And then once you decided you want the 9556, then you can pick from 3 different sizes and 6 different colors. So this is a demonstrator.
Okay.
And if you want to get really picky, there are actually, I've found at least 3 different variations of the imprints on that. But
Of course you did.
of course you did. Noodler's, we'll get some other ones. Yeah, Noodler's Conrad's, Ahab's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost every brand has them, and some of them are done really well. And I think that there is a bit of fascination with the inner workings, and so people who like that have that as an option, and people who don't necessarily want or need to see the inside of the pen don't have to.
You know what would be a really cool demonstrator that I'm pretty sure does not exist?
What?
A pilot vanishing point. How cool would that be?
Now that would be kind of interesting.
Now, I don't think there is a vanishing point demo in clear. That would be neat. That would be a cool pen. But the Conklin I think is one of the coolest.
Yeah, it's cool. Whip that out again.
Yeah, it's cool. They used a silicone sac.
The clear sac, yeah. And we don't have this one inked, so you can't see it. But I mean, there is some appeal to a clear pen, and then you've got colored ink, and you can see the color. But yeah, I just don't need to see it.
You don't need to see it.
I don't need to.
Well, then.
Although it is nice to know when you're about to run out of ink.
You just contradicted yourself. I don't need to know. I can unscrew it.
Well, I can unscrew it. I mean, it would be nice, but I would rather have a pretty Aurora barrel than a clear pen.
How about a Mont Blanc, a 149 demonstrator? That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Well, let's talk to Chris.
Moving.
Make it so. Moving on. Anyway, I just thought that we had a discussion in the store about it, and a lady was asking about demonstrators, and I just thought that it was interesting that what is considered a demonstrator today is not necessarily what was intended when they first came out. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's two different things, and actually, in most cases, demonstrators for some companies actually said demonstrator on them, which actually is a different type of demonstrator altogether. So, depending, there's debates online all over the place about what demonstrator actually means, but
apparently the video died for the chatsters.
Well, we'll keep on going.
So what else is going on today?
What else is going on today? We're moving right on to section 2. We don't have a whole lot to. The Conklin killed the computer.
Conklin didn't kill the computer.
No. Yeah, probably. I know there's been some Google problems lately, but anyway, we got some new stuff in at the store. I think is pretty cool.
We do. In fact, one of them is.
This is kind of the lead-in.
Yeah, one of them's clear.
Right here.
Now, this is gorgeous.
The Sailor Sky Pro Gear.
Absolutely, amazingly gorgeous.
Yeah, I in rhodium plated gold nibs. 14K on the slim, 21 karat on the standard Pro Gear. There is a King of Pen version. But yeah, I had this in my pocket since we got it. What was it, on Thursday?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So they're pretty. They're nice. Now, demonstrators are not new to Sailor. They have a whole series in Pro Gear. They have the clear. They have there's an orange. There's a yellow. Is there a green too? I think.
I think so.
But this one actually is special. It's actually labeled on the cap and it says Sky on it. So it's a special. I don't know if this is going to be a limited run or what they're going to do, but this is really really a gorgeous pen. And you can see, you can see the nib, and it's got a clear inner cap, which I really love that they did that. It's nice. Very, very, very well done.
Well, I think that, while I don't necessarily like demonstrator pens, what makes that pen for me is the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blue color. It's absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, it's really, I can't even, I'm trying to think of it in terms of a color of ink. It's a real light blue. It's got maybe, does it have like a little purple, little slight purple hue in it?
I don't think so.
It's hard to say. But you're waiting on yours because like your nib was the only one that didn't come.
Yep.
So, but there is that.
What else do we have?
What else do we have? I'm going to jump ahead here. We have this one. I didn't think it was in the catalog, but it's kind of cool. The Retro 51 Snapper in chrome. Snapper ballpoint. So that's brand new. We actually had to find that in alternative fashion because it was not in the catalog.
No, but the Retro 51s are pretty cool, and for me the most impressive part is that you actually like them. Mr. Ballpoint hater.
Yeah, well, what do you...
I think it's funny. They're great pens. We've been very pleased.
Did we talk about that email you got today?
Oh yeah, Retro's coming out with this really cool new pen for football season called the Pigskin Popper.
The Pigskin Popper. That's a terrible.
I just like to say it.
No, it actually does look cool. It looks like it's etched on the pen, and then it has the lacing down the middle, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. So it is limited edition, I think, 500 pieces. So
I think so, yeah.
So. All right, let's see. I'm going to skip number B here on the list, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to say the next thing first, hoping that people
What
can.
was B?
Well, B is actually is C.
Okay.
I'm going to do the second D. So my list here has A, C, D, and D.
All right. Well.
So on the blog this week, we've got a couple new videos since last week. Actually, up on YouTube, the Artista Crystal, the Pilot Prera. This is Demonstrator Week apparently. The Edison Herald, Delta Fusion 82, and then last Friday we started a new blog. What do you want to call it? The series called My Favorite Pens, and I talk about my OMOS revelations that you got from me last year. So that's that, and you can lead off on the next one.
Just 1 second.
Just 1 second.
I'm typing. The chat's having a little issue, so.
I'm having a podcast here.
I know. Sorry. So we have been working on this next thing for quite a while, and everything finally came together, and we're ready for the big reveal.
I think we are.
All right. So we have been working with Scribble Workshop to modify some of the Scribble Workshop colors, and Lucas has decided to kind of get out of the fountain pen ink business. He made that announcement a while back. He's teaching high school chemistry, and he does a number of Renaissance fairs, and he's really just too busy. So what he's done is he has worked with us to create an exclusive line of pens, or that's a Freudian slip. An exclusive line of ink.
That's it. You busted us.
I know. No. So we have taken some of his formulas and we've completely had them reformulated. so that they have better flow. They're not quite as dry, and the colors are the same. Uh, they just have better pigskin popper. They just have better flow.
Yeah, we went through several iterations of each
Yes.
testing. You, me, and Dave. We would get two different versions at a time, and then we would test them, and then uh, go back and say, okay, well, I like version A of this one and version B of this one, and these two I can't tell the difference. Um, and we went through what maybe four, five different iterations of each particular um, color.
Yes, yes. We wanted to keep the colors. We thought that some of those were really very well done, but we wanted them to be not quite so fast drying. We also had the opportunity to rename them, and we went with Wisconsin themed names. We're proud of living in Wisconsin, and we had some fun with some of the titles. So, without further ado,
You're going to have to help me with the original names because I can't remember
all
what they
right,
all are. I know what one of them is.
okay,
Are you going to go or am I going to go?
I'll do it first.
Okay.
What used to be Kraken Black is now Badger Black. We've had the labels redesigned. We wanted just to keep it clean and neat and simple. They are 2-ounce bottles. It's got a decent size opening, nice and square. You guys know me. I'm really pretty clumsy, so I needed a decent bottle that wasn't going to tip over. So you've
Yeah.
got Badger Black,
It's very
which
very
used
reminiscent of the Noodlers style bottle.
Noodlers or Aurora.
Aurora, yeah. It's faceted on the sides. French, what's it called? A
French Square.
French square.
Yep.
Okay.
We have Appleton Red, named after our hometown of Appleton. This used to be known as Julong Red. It's a really bright fire engine red. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Jenny, you're going to like this one. We've got Green Bay, named after the city just north of us. And
May or may not have a professional football team.
that we can't mention.
Right now at the bottom of the conference.
Yeah. This used to be Leviathan, and it's a really pretty medium green. We've been very pleased with Lucas keeping the original colors and just making them have really terrific flow and wonderful properties. We've been very pleased.
All right,
And you've
so
got a couple over there.
yeah, this is one of my favorites. I'm not really we would call this robin's egg. This is a turquoise, a bright, kind of a bright turquoise. This used to be mermaid. Is that right?
Yes.
And really, I've been using this in my Sailor Rialo for quite some time. It's quite a lovely ink. I know this one too. Wood Violet.
No. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should say robin is the Wisconsin state bird, by the way.
Right, and the American robin egg is actually quite turquoise.
Yeah, it's not as much green as. Sometimes it is, but.
Yeah.
I have Wood Violet, which used to be Nessie Purple, and Wood Violet is the Wisconsin state flower.
Yes, yes, and Nessie was extremely. Actually, we took the best sellers of the scribal colors. We worked with Lucas. What was good, what we'd like to change, and the whole experience was really very, very easy. But the Nessie was very popular. So when we first heard that Lucas was going to stop producing ink, I emailed him and I said, "How many Nessie can I buy? Because we need it. It's awesome." And that's how the conversation started. But yeah, Wood Violet is really pretty. It's that darkened purple.
And I've got one more, and I can't remember which one this used to be, the Oshkosh Denim.
Oshkosh Denim used to be Siren.
Siren, okay. So Oshkosh being just south of us, being the home of a certain manufacturer of denim goods, by gosh.
Yeah.
Cheese whiz color. No, no, there is no cheese whiz color
I know,
versus
no, it's
Penguin.
not going to happen.
Um,
Uh, but we're thrilled to have those, and we will have one other coming soon.
so
We'll just leave it at that.
6 colors, samples, of course, 2 ounce bottles. Very pleased with them. I've been writing. I have both my sailors have a different color in them, and
So
very happy with them.
that was pretty exciting for us that we could keep the colors that we loved, reformulate them to be just a better writing experience, and it was a fun process.
Yeah,
So there you go.
yeah, and made in the USA, bottled in the USA, and
We're very proud of that.
yeah. So
Not everybody can say that, so it's nice to have something all done here, supporting small businesses. You know, Lucas is certainly not a big production, so it's a beautiful thing.
there it is.
Yep.
What else? Anything else we missed there?
No, we've got some stuff we're going to talk about next week, and
Oh, there is one thing. One more thing. We got this is for Tracy. This week, the 37
oh
pounds of Visconti
no,
showed up at the door.
Tracy, you just need to come up here on Visconti Delivery Day. Oh my God.
30,
Yeah.
37 pounds. I'm still
It
working on
doesn't
getting.
sound like a lot.
It doesn't sound like a lot,
There
but it
was a
was a lot
lot
of
in that
pens.
box.
Um,
Yeah.
we're expanding into a lot of the Rembrandt. There are 2 new Van Goghs,
And they are
Iris,
really pretty. The iris and
Iris and
the,
the Pollard Willows,
yes, very
um,
pretty.
and of course the associated ballpoints. We decided to go with the ballpoints, and actually didn't even have it out 2 days, and someone had to have a black Rembrandt ballpoint today. So the ballpoints, which are actually pretty cool pens. What else do we get? The new Divinas. There's new Divinas in blue
Yep,
with
in that
sterling
blue.
trim. The blue is killer, and the brown is not bad either. It's a nice brown color. The black Divina is in. More Homo sapiens. I mean, just what else am I forgetting? Venus, the new Venus.
The new Venus is really pretty. I'm not necessarily into pink, but it's such a light icy pink, and then that rose gold trim that is pretty.
Yeah, rose gold trim, rose gold plated
A navy
steel
blue.
nib. Yeah. So, what else did I miss? Any of the other? Oh, and we have coming the new Michelangelo Back in Black. It's called, and we did a little jamming out the other day to some AC/DC, and it's very cool. It's a Michelangelo, but it has black rhodium trim, black plated steel nib. It's a very cool looking pen. So that's going to be coming soon too. So.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for that's for Tracy.
Yeah. And Jenny, you give her
And
time.
Jenny,
She's
yeah.
going to catch up.
She's close. She's really close.
Yeah.
So.
No, the Viscontis, it was great to be able to see them in person, the new patterns, the new colors at the DC show, so that we could not recommit, but so we could reaffirm that this is definitely the new colors are what we want. And it was really wonderful to be able to see the brown, which doesn't look. It's really hard to photograph. I think it looks better in the hand.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely got some depth, but it's blue. It's a little darker. The blue is more sort of. It reminds me of different shades of denim, but it's really pretty.
We should mention.
Absolutely gorgeous.
We should. Yeah. The blue is great. We got the ballpoint in. We didn't get the fountain pen, so I'm dying for when that thing comes in. But we should mention with regard to the inks, they are available right now, so they are up on the site.
Yes, along with swabs.
Swabs are up. Samples.
Samples.
The whole ball of wax, so to speak.
Yeah, I think you're really going to like them. We heard from a number of customers who were disappointed when Scribble made the announcement that they were going to stop production. So I think this will be helpful to those people who missed Scribble.
Yeah.
So.
So that's kind of it, I think, for this week, isn't it? I have one shout out this week.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
A last minute a special visitor to the store this afternoon. Someone I haven't seen in quite a while, and I've been thinking about him the last couple of weeks, and I think I was thinking about him this weekend too. My chiropractor, Dr. Wee, showed up with his child and just came in to check out the store because he saw the name and recognized it as that crazy guy that would come in to see him, who travels all over the country with pen shows and doing pen shows. So shout out to Dr. Wee.
Yeah, that was great.
And,
I don't think I'd ever met him.
No.
You talked about him. You used to go see him every week. So.
Yep. So.
Let's see. We've got Dallas coming up in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Woo, big D.
It's going to be exciting. I love the Dallas show, and I love that with the Dallas show we have like a little bit of built-in, little extra built-in time. And I know this year they're doing a Sunday, kind of a half Sunday thing in a smaller show in a smaller room, but we will not be there for that. So
no,
it should
we
be.
Got to get back.
Yeah, it should be noted. I know that there was some talk on FPN in the last week about people saying, okay, well that's great that there's a Sunday, but not everybody's going to be there on Sunday. If you want to go to the Dallas show, you should show up on Saturday.
Yep.
Friday or Saturday, and to get the best experience to see everybody there, because I don't know who's going to be there on Sunday. So.
Yeah, I don't think everyone. I know we're not staying, but I know that not everybody can stay. They are trying it, and I think for locals it's nice. But I know a lot of people do enjoy being able to travel home on Sunday and not have to worry about catching a super late flight and getting home late. For us, we get to not have to rush back quite as much.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Get back Sunday night.
But we get in Thursday, and Friday, it's open Friday and Saturday. And it's always a great show. It's well attended. You've got a lot of different vendors, and everybody is just really incredibly friendly and happy. Yeah, there's no drama. There's no stress. It's all.
No, not usually any drama anyway. But.
No, not usually. So.
But killer vintage stuff. There's always our good friend Presnell Wood's always there. And,
yes. Yes, and Presnell is always dangerous because he's always
he comes up to me every show and he's got some new overlay Aiken Lambert. He's like, Brian, I've got this Aiken Lambert for you. He hands it to me. I'm like, no, Presnell, no.
I'm the one who says no. You're like, oh. I
turned him away in D.C. He had a straight cap overlay chase snail pattern. And I said no. I turned him. I flat out. Actually, I think I have the pen, but I probably would have. I don't know. I would have considered it, but the price was a little high, I thought.
I think a couple years ago we did some good shopping in Dallas. I bought you a pen, and then I ended up putting it in the top of the cooler to hide it.
Which pen was that? Which one was that? I remember the situation.
Some tire pen.
Some hard rubber pen.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, there's lots of fun things, and I really have been impressed with how the Dallas show has been growing. And last year they had, was it last year or the year before? They had some seminars, and I believe they're continuing to do that.
Was it 2 years ago? I know I did. I gave a seminar on the history of Estabrook.
Right. I think it's been 2 years in a row now, and they've tried really hard to expand the silent auction, which is really great. Yeah. They do a wonderful, wonderful job of the silent auction, and we'll talk more about that. I was really upset
last year. We lost some really cool stuff.
Oh, I wanted that Michael Soul.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to hire him to do something.
We're going to have to.
Stuff. Yeah. So if you're around, you need to go. Steph, just fly on down.
Yeah, what are you doing, Steph? Come on. They have great food stuff.
Yes, yes, and yes, we will talk about the food just before the show because the was it the
Dumplings.
dumplings
The
at the bar are
dumplings.
awesome.
But I'm just going to order 3 this time. Two is stupid. We're going to fight over them. 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that. Some new stuff that has come in. We've got some other things that will be on the site soon. Um, I know we posted the Instagram picture of the case. Did we actually talk about that?
We've not talked about it. Should we talk about it real quick?
I think we should. Yep. So before we say goodbye, I guess we should mention we will be carrying Mont Blanc probably later this week.
Sorry.
There
we go.
Yeah, we've been working on this for quite a while. They don't accept many new accounts, and we are thrilled to be one of the new accounts.
Very specific. It's brick and mortar only.
Yes.
Typically, the only stores they open up are jewelry stores. Mont Blanc is very, very heavy into watches and cufflinks and jewelry. So.
Yeah, so we've got a fairly massive order that will be coming in hopefully this week. It was on the floor to be shipped, I think, Monday, and so I'm just waiting for tracking.
It's killing me. The 140. We're getting the one. They're getting some of the 90th anniversary pens, rose gold, and it's really cool because I got to say this. So essentially, there's not much different, right? So the 149, which I don't have in my pocket, I must have it downstairs. Standard yellow trim where you can get in the platinum trim, but it also comes this year in rose gold trim, which looks like it's going to be a feature going forward. The nib is marked 90 on it, but when you turn it upside down, of course, you look at it the other way. It's 06, which was the year the company was founded. So apparently unintentional, but. It's gorgeous. It's really pretty. The rose gold trim. I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to get the ink, including the limiteds, the writers series. I'm super excited about that. We're also going to have the Defoe for sure.
Which there was some conversation about that. I think it's really going to be a killer pen.
The Princess Grace, some of those are just gorgeous, and we will have some other smaller pieces, some business card holders. We can certainly get the wallets, and apparently the belts are big.
The belts
Our
are
sales
big.
rep came to see us. He's a trip, not at all what I expected.
Yeah.
But
Star Walkers, Bohem.
Yes.
What else we're getting? The cruise line looks really cool, which is primarily cruises only ballpoint and rollerball, then there's also the new Pix, which is based on the cruise line, which is the new Samsung Galaxy stylus, which matches with the E-Star Walker that they just came out with. They just announced this week. So. Yeah, there's some really interesting stuff in there, and some cool inks, some that we didn't have before. The permanents, the permanent blue and the permanent black, and some poppy red and some other cool stuff. So looking forward to when it comes in. I'm taking off the rest of the day of work, that's for sure.
Probably, because I'm going to be sending you pictures, and you're just going to have to come down. It's going to be a whole lot easier than texting me back going, "Stop, you're torturing me."
Well, yeah. And then we can, and then actually the displays are coming in for the case and all that stuff. So, I mean, it was a very interesting process with Mont Blanc. specific case, specific requirements. So you have to meet all these certain things, and then buy the inventory in your Mont Blanc dealer. But they hadn't opened a pen store in.
It had been a long time, and they
didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. It's been so long that so we will be the only pen store that carries Mont Blanc in the state.
Well, that's
pen store.
There are only 2 pen stores in the state, and there are only 2 Mont Blanc dealers in the state, and the other dealer is a jewelry store. So
right.
We will by far have the largest collection of writing instruments.
Yeah.
So
it'll be fun. The hardest part, and the chat jump in here and agree with me, the hardest part will be keeping you away from the pens. Between the additions to the Visconti line and the Mont Blanc, I think we're in trouble. I think you're just going to keep like putting pens in your pocket. Dave and I are going to have to check on you every day.
I don't have an actual collection yet. See, I have I have the Mont Blanc 121, which actually I believe, if I'm correct, was actually a student level pen. That writes nice. I restored it. It's got piston filler. It's 18 karat nib, a little ink window in there. But I only have 2, so I need a third. And if I get 149, then that's the obvious choice, right?
It's far too big for me.
Well, yes. There we go.
So that that was our. It's almost anticlimactic now.
Oh. We've had the case for like three weeks.
I know. We got the case, and then the sales rep came up to. He was kind of making the rounds in the area. Came up and checked everything out and gave us a lot of information, and it was really great to meet. Kind of. And then as soon as everything comes in, he'll come back up and work with us to get everything laid out the Mont Blanc way. And we're very excited. We've got a number of sales reps coming up this fall.
We do?
We do. Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. So we've got the new Sailor Sky, which is to die for, and Mont Blanc on the way, and new ink, and yes, we are going to get some of those pigskin poppers because that's kind of cool. Yeah. So lots of fun stuff coming in. Y'all just need to come on up.
Yeah, come on up. We love to see you, and come up after 4 o'clock so I can hang out with you. But no, come up anytime. Is that it for this week?
That is it. I think that's enough.
Oh, all right.
Got to save something for next week.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. Comments, suggestions for topics, use your pens. Write to us at Anderson Pens, 10 East College Avenue, Suite 112A, Appleton, Wisconsin, 54911.
Catch us online and send us an email.
Brian at AndersonPens.net.
Or Lisa at AndersonPens.net. You can also check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. We're on Instagram and all other social media as Anderson Pens.
The blog.andersonpens.net.
And the website is andersonpens.net.
Join our mailing list for advance notice of new products in the website, in the store, all sorts of stuff going on. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Kind of fading there.
Bye.